We'll flank over to the right side of the camp. Once you see the signal, then flank to the left.
It was dawn, and the Yendlian soldiers were discussing their stealth attack on the Benjin camp.
We should sabotage the archers first. In case the plan goes bad, then we won't get shot at a distance.
We cannot set up our plans based on it failing. Listen. Stick to the plan. We'll flank right, send a signal, and then you'll flank left.
The Gendelians split into two and started sneaking into the Benjin campsite. They stayed close to the shadows, avoiding any visual exposure to the Benjin Night Watch.
I see the weapons tent.
The Gendlians made their way to the weapons tent. One of them got out his torch.
Okay, let's try to light this.
He handed his torch back to his fellow soldiers, but no one grabbed it. He turned around. Nobody was there.
Where are you?
The Gendlian left the tent to go look for his men. He searched around the outskirts of the campsite near the woods. He then saw two of his men lying face down. They were dead. The Gendelian pulled out his sword and faced the camp, expecting Benjin soldiers to attack him. But nothing. The Benjin camp was not alerted of the Gendlian's plans. Before he knew it, an arm went around his throat, choking him from behind. Nomir smiled as he was strangling the soldier that shot him off the cliff.
It's good to see you, old friend.
Where are we going?
Someplace safe.
But the raids have stopped.
You are still not safe.
The man led Polo and the siblings down a back alley in the street. It was abandoned. It seemed like nobody has stepped foot in this area since the Battle of Elaru. The cloaked man bent down and lifted a piece of stone that was attached from the street, opening an entrance below the city.
How did you do that?
I'll explain everything. Quickly, get in.
Nat, are you sure?
Edward, have you ever known me as a man who has lied like this? He killed Dexter!
Shh, quiet. You shouldn't say such things so loud. How did he do it?
I did. He ordered me to do it.
The king ordered you to kill Dexter? Maybe he shouldn't have disagreed with him.
Come on, think. How many times have we disagreed with the king in front of him?
All the time.
Right, it's our job. We all have done it. He welcomes it. There has been countless times where we, the advisors, have made the decisions.
I know this, Nat. That's why I have a hard time believing he would just kill Dexter. I don't believe it.
Have you seen Dexter?
No.
Why do you think that is? I know why. He's dead and the king killed him. The question is, why would he do that? I'm going to find out, and you have to help me.
The steps were steep. It felt like it was almost a degree away from becoming a ladder. The steepness of the stairs and the lack of light made it dangerous to walk through. Helena was hold on to Serana for stability, as Serana was doing the same for Markus. Polo was doing his best to keep his balance, keeping his hands above his head. The cloaked man, however, was walking gracefully.
Here.
The four were led into a room, a bright room, met with multiple cloaked men and women. Helena looked at the ceiling. Although the room was bright, she didn't see any torches or fire.
How is...
Polo, Helena, Serana, Markus, you are here. You have made it. Thank you for bringing them here, Amos.
Of course.
Who are you? You said you'll explain everything. Now please explain everything.
We are the Black Shadows. We serve Solvaris.
Who is Solvaris?
The god of life.
His name is Solvaris?
Solvaris isn't a name, but a being. No different than the sky being a name. It's just the sky.
Solvaris has contacted us about you, Polo, and your friends. Zatharul is returning.
Who is that?
The Dark Lord, the demon god or the god of death, whichever the names that we mortals use. Zatharul is what he is, and he is returning with all his creatures from the underworld.
How do you know this?
We need to prepare. Solvaris has gifted us with visions of your journey. He has decided that you have had too many close encounters with death. You are someone who cannot be at risk. That is the only way we could have saved you from Nagel. You shot him with your arrows. He survived, and he'll never forget that. He'll never forget his friend that you killed. He wants revenge against you and your friends.
We know everything that we need to know because the great god Solvaris gives it to us.
Why would this Nagel guy be so vengeful? He's a soldier. He was going to kill Markus and take us prisoner. Polo had to do what he had to do.
We know. What Polo did for you is also what we did for you, and Polo will do it again.
I'm not a killer. I can't keep doing that.
You are what Solvaris chose you to be.
Polo, did you know that man you killed in those mountains with those arrows?
No.
Did you realize that was your first time killing a man?
Those villagers.
Solvaris killed those villagers to save you. You didn't kill them.
That man in the woods with Nagel, the man you put an arrow through, did you even think about him once since that moment?
Polo realized he hadn't thought about that man. Polo was always an empathetic kid. He had empathy for his family, even though they didn't feel the same. He had empathy for the animals he hunted, praying that their spirit will be free and happy in their next life. But Polo seemed to forgot that he killed a man himself and hadn't thought twice about it. What was he becoming? Or was he always like this?
How did you open the entrance on the street, or these lights in this room?
Our God has granted us gifts such as the visions, but also our ability. We are his soldiers, and he will provide us with any weapons we need when the return of Zatharul and his army.
But it will never compare to the power that will be gifted to Polo. Your powers, once you obtain it, will change the fate of Elaru forever.
But why me? Why was I chosen for this?
You will find out when you meet him, Polo. Solvaris is waiting for you, and we will guide you to him.
Wyler and Rorin's hands were tied to a rope, which was tied to the horse that was dragging them back to Gendlia.
Sir, can you slow down? My feet can't keep up with your horse's speed.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
Slow down.
I don't take orders from prisoners.
No, but you take orders from me. Slow down.
Thanks. I guess now that we're going to be spending some time together, do you want to play a game or something?
You were never someone that liked games, Wyler.
Well, I was never someone to get beaten by his own men and thrown in a cage either.
What do you expect us to do, Wyler?
Have you ever asked yourself how did this idea that me and Rorin were conspiring together start? I mean, really.
Yeah, look, I would love it if Wyler was helping me and my men, but he never did. My men were actually angry at me for not slaughtering your battalion at the Mountain. I could have, but I didn't. If anything, I was the traitor to my kingdom, not Wyler.
I don't know who did what, but I take orders from my king, and King Mosan wants to see you. If you think you're going to convince me to set you free on this journey, you are sadly mistaken.
What do you mean it failed?
It failed. I'm sorry, Lord Titus, but the Benjans must have figured it out.
We may have another traitor in our group.
No, there is no traitor. That sounds like something a traitor would say.
Did you say something to the Benjans? Were you a part of Wyler's followers?
There were no traitors because the Benjans didn't know. I was on the other side of the camp. We were told to wait for the signal. They were supposed to torch the weapons tent. Once the tent was on fire, the Benjans would flock to the tent while we sabotaged the archers.
So what happened?
The signal never came. We waited and waited. The signal never came. We waited to see if the Benjans had them, but they didn't. I don't even think they saw them. Everything just looked normal there. None of the night watch was alerted. There were no horns. It was like they just disappeared.
And you didn't think to go the right flank to find them?
We thought they came back here.
Go back and find them. Don't come back until you do.
Outside Tatis's campsite was Nomir, hiding in the trees, waiting for his opening. He saw a group of soldiers exit Tatis's tent and rode back from where they came. There was only one guard now at Tatis's tent. Nomir knew that he didn't have enough time to take out the guard and kill Tatis before the rest of the camp was alerted. But he didn't care. His thirst for revenge was too strong. He would happily sacrifice his life just to be the one to take Tatis's. Now was the time. Nomir crawled down from the tree, snuck up behind Tatis's tent. He pulled out his dagger and inched his way towards the guard in front. As he was moving closer, he saw the baskets of food that was piling up. Nomir thought about what the soldiers said about the orders from the king to stop the transportation of food to the civilians of Gendlia. Nomir knew that if he killed Tatis, that food will never be delivered to any of the people of Gendlia. Nomir waited. He heard footsteps coming towards the tent. It was now or never. Nomir wanted to charge the guard and take his time with Tatis, but he couldn't force himself to do it. He knew that he could have a greater impact on Elaru if he walked away. Nomir put his dagger away and left the campsite.
How long do we have to stay down here for?
We will be on our way soon.
How soon?
As soon as Solvaris gives the directions.
We were told by an oracle that we had to go to Barthian.
I know. Polo's destination will be different. Sometime down the line, you and him will change paths.
Your name is Amos, right?
Yes.
Okay, Amos. An oracle told us that we needed to guide Polo on his journey.
Yes, and you have, and you will continue to, with our assistance. But in order for Polo to reach his full ability, he needs to be on his own. He needs to separate himself from you three, and eventually he'll separate himself from us and become who he was destined to be. Solvaris will not be done with you after Polo, nor will he be done with us. He has plans for us to follow and objectives for us to complete. We all have to play our part when Zatharul returns.
I thought the god of life, or Solvaris, was supposed to battle Zatharul, just like he did in the great battle of Elaru.
It is not just Zatharul. He is bringing an army with him. He is more powerful than we can imagine, and so is his followers. His army isn't filled with men like me and you. His army is filled with those who live in his world. We have never seen this army, only Solvaris has, and that is why we must listen to him.
Can we leave this compound and then return later in the day?
We can't let you.
I can't stay here for however long.
It's too dangerous out there.
The raids have stopped. The army has gathered enough men. They won't be back.
No, but Nagel will. Polo shot him with his arrows. He'll be unfit for combat. He'll be around.
This is a big city. Nagel will not see any of us.
So be it. Polo must stay here, however. We have a lot more to teach him.
Wyler, Rorin were sitting around a fire with their guide outside the mountains.
This is definitely the longest trip I've made from the mountains to Gendlia. Or Gendlia to the mountains.
That's because you weren't dragging two people behind you.
I've actually never seen this area of the mountains before.
It's not bad. I wish it was a bit shorter. What is it like from Benjen?
Similar. It's much longer distance, I think, just judging from the map. But landscape is the same. Mountains, then desert mountains, then hills, then the flatlands.
Is Benjen nice?
It's big. Our king is a moron.
Yeah, ours is like that too, and I'm not just saying that because he's going to execute me. I mean, you agree, right?
We have to keep in mind he still has advisors whispering in his ear. He might not be making all the decisions.
Yes, but he makes the final ones.
It would be nice to have good kings.
What even makes a good king? Like, what would a good king do in this scenario?
It was silent.
I guess it might be harder than it actually looks. I mean, I'd still trade positions with any king, especially right now.
The group started laughing. Weiler realized he hasn't laughed like this in a while. There was something about facing death that maybe took the pressure off his shoulders. There was nothing to take seriously anymore. He had nothing to lose.
Well, we gotta wake up early tomorrow. I suggest we get some sleep.
Nomir was back to the forest where the tree people lived.
Hey, I want to talk to Farad. Farad.
A platform was lowering from the tree down to the ground where Nomir was standing. He walked and stood on the platform as it elevated him up to the branches.
What is it, Nomir?
I need your help.
What do you need?
When I was a Genlidan soldier, I was tasked with gathering food from these mountains and sending it down to the civilians. Upon my return, I found out that my former king stopped that from happening. So no food is going to be delivered to any of the people in my kingdom. They will starve.
Okay.
There are so many crates of food in camp there that I can't take them all. I can barely take one. I can't float it down the creek like last time because it is apparently closed off.
So what do you need?
I need to help deliver those crates of food to the people of Gendlia. For exchange, I'll give your people a large % of the food.
Farad thought for a moment.
Do you know how to get the food from the camp?
Yes, I was a soldier there. I know the weak points of the camp.
What about Gendlia? If they're stopping food from coming in, they're going to have guards around. How are we going to get through there?
Farad, I am a Gendlian soldier. I've been one for a long time. I know everything that involved Gendlia.
Farad sighed.
All right. How are we going to deliver the food?
I have a plan.
Did you recognize anything suspicious? Was he acting differently in any way?
Nat was speaking to Dexter's wife.
Nat, you worked with him longer hours than I did. Did you notice anything strange?
Nat knew that there was nothing odd about Dexter's behavior, which is why the king wanting him dead came to be such a shock. She was right. If there was anyone that would notice anything odd about Dexter, it would be him.
May I look around his room?
Sure. I don't think you'll find anything, though.
Nat entered Dexter's room. He immediately understood what his wife was talking about. There was nothing but cloth on the ground which Dexter slept on.
I'm sorry. I won't waste any more of your time.
Nat thanked Dexter's wife for the stay and exited the house. As he was leaving the street, he had this strange feeling. Even though it didn't look like much of substance, he didn't give it a chance to search it, and the feeling still remained. Helena, Serana and Markus was roaming around the city of Benjin.
I didn't think he'd fold that easily.
Who?
Amos. He told us we can't leave because of Nagel, but he gave in on a little resistance.
We're not that important. Polo is apparently.
It's good that he let us leave whenever. It's too closed in. I felt as though I was suffocating.
The streets were near empty. Everything from the town was being invested through this war. Money, people, supplies, even some of the old huts were torn down to rebuild into military equipment. Alone on the streets was an old lady. She was dirty and frail. The siblings walked by her quickly to avoid any contact with her.
You don't have to walk so fast by me. Just because I'm blind doesn't mean I can't sense you.
I'm sorry, we're just in a hurry.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are. We have to be somewhere.
They're not leaving for a couple more days, Serana.
Excuse me? How do you know my name?
I know a lot of things. I guess you can say destiny lies in me.
Who are you?
You know, I am of the king that brought you here in the first place.
You're an oracle.
Isn't it funny? Everyday people walk by me. Soldiers walk by me. Kingsmen. Advisors. Sometimes the king comes around and walks by me. They continue to do so. Because what good is a blind, ugly, homeless lady? Little do they know my kind and what we can offer.
What can you offer?
You cannot leave Polo, just like we told you before.
The Black Shadows have him. They know the journey better than us.
And we know the journey better than them. Do you know who won the last war between Solvaris and Zatharul? The one who had the oracles. Now, bring me Polo.
Nat knocked on the door.
Hi, I'm sorry. Is it fine if I can look any further?
Dexter's wife agreed, despite her assurance that Nat won't find anything. Nat went back into Dexter's old room. He looked around. There really was nothing there. But Nat still had this feeling, as if there was a noise in the room that had to be located. As Nat walked through the room, he felt a give on one of the stones beneath his feet. Nat bent down and fiddled with the stone. It was loose, detached from the floor. He picked the stone off the ground and found something underneath it. A book, but not any book. It was Dexter's diary.